So, it's time. Welcome to the finals. A dynamic first-person shooter where strategy, objects, and even entire buildings can be destroyed within seconds. Every collapsed wall or explosion can cause a plan to be destroyed, changing how an entire fight can play out. Your teammates could have the high ground, seemingly ensuring their victory in a fight, until an RPG explodes the floor below them, ruining their chances at victory. From obliterating a contestant across the arena with a sniper to smashing an enemy into the ground with a sledgehammer, playstyles are unlimited thanks to the highly versatile loadouts for each available class. Speaking of said loadouts, we will be going over what we believe to be the best gadgets and specializations and weapons in the game. Before that, it's worth mentioning that there are a ton of different game modes to play, both regularly and in rotation. However, this project will be going over the cash out game mode specifically, as it provides the most realistic take of how this game should feel. Cash Out is the main game mode where 8 teams of 3 fight in a tournament-style bracket system with a total of 3 matches. The first 2 are knockout rounds that follow the 4 teams of 3 format, where the top 2 teams qualify on to the next round. However, in the final round, you have to face the other team that made it to the end in a 3v3 best 2 out of 3. Back to the first 2 matches. 2 cash vaults spawn on the map, which have a 20-second timer when tapped. Once the timer goes off, the box will shoot into the air and your team will have to run the vault to one of the 2 available cash out stations to plug it and gain the money. After you've plugged it, the real party starts. A 2-minute timer begins where you must defend your cash box from the other contestants. In this time, you'll have to fight other teams for control over the box. If they steal it, the money transfers to them, though it's not too late, as you can swiftly steal it back as long as the timer hasn't reached 0. There are 6 total vaults that can spawn in a match. The first 2 vaults both offer 8,000. However, being the team to plug it earns you an extra 2,000. The third and fourth vaults will give 12,000 each, and on a plug gives you an extra 3,000. And the final 5th and 6th vaults will give 18,000 each, and on a plug give you a $4,000 bonus. However, be careful while defending your box, because third parties may drop in during a fight, or another team may slot a second vault in, which means all 4 teams will be fighting over a box in an event called Double Jeopardy. When Double Jeopardy is active, the cash out is worth the sum of both vaults, but the team that plugged the second vault into the cash out station will be at risk of taking a 50% cash loss penalty from their total if they fail to claim the cash out. Meaning, if you double the cash out, then you better be the holder of the cash box when the timer runs out, because if not, you will end up with minus 50% cash. I'm so sorry. Now, you may be wondering, how do you come back if you die? Well, you have 2 options. 1, you wait your sorry ass until your teammates revive your totem. These totems can be picked up and thrown around, allowing you to bring your teammate back into the fight in a safer area. Or 2, you can coin. Coining is simple. At the start of a cash out round, you spawn with 2 coins, and when you coin after death, it spawns you back in at the cost of one of those coins. If you run out of coins in the first 2 matches, it's okay. Just means you suck a little bit. Just means you'll have to wait for your team to either revive you themselves or wipe. After each match, you gain +1 coin, meaning that you can have a max of 4 coins at the end of the final round, as long as, you didn't waste your coins. Finally, I'll mention team wiping. It's really simple. If all members of your team die, then you will be set in a shared countdown before you're all respawn without using any coins. In this state, you can freely spectate around the map until your countdown is over, allowing you to see what the enemy is up to and plan new strategies. Now, I'm aware that none of this made any sense to some of you. It's a lot to take in, and if you were to see unedited gameplay of a full match, you will lose your mind. Everything falls into chaos after the first explosion happens, but luckily for you, you get to sit back, relax, and watch this video. So I hope you enjoy it.
What an intro, right? Shameless plug, but check out Lord Bowser on Twitch as he was kind enough to lend me his voice to create this intro. Anyways, for this project I won't be doing it alone as there's a lot of information to cover, and let's be real, you'll hear a ton of me yapping. With that being said, I'll bring in the two people I work with the most and create a tier list at the end of each segment. Normally in this game there is a standard layout which is heavy, medium, and light, which each of us run one of these classes. As for our positions, we have Bacon as our medium, Glub as our heavy, and I'm our team's light. But in our comp, it could be changed from heavy, medium, light to heavy, medium, heavy to even heavy, medium, medium. So, without further ado, let's actually get into this project. I'll be starting off covering the light class. There's a ton of weapons and several specializations in this game, meaning we'll be going over those first before we get into the gadgets. Don't worry though, as there will be a short and long version of this video so that I don't overload you with all the information. Most weapons will be handled in the format that I'm about to explain. The first being the still line test, where the shooter will stay at the starting line and won't move. The line by line test, where the shooter will move up 10 meters each hit. The hip fire test, where the shooter will kill each target without aiming down sights. And finally, the freestyle test, where the shooter will do whatever they want. If a weapon cannot handle one of the tests, aka it just won't work, then it'll be skipped to save time. After all of that yapping that you'll likely either skip over, or just decide to watch the shortened version of the video, it's time to give a summary. To start off, the decision was that the best specialization for light was evasive dash, due to its ability to allow players to quickly traverse the map, cover ground, and escape high-risk situations. Leading into the weapon picks, the two that are mainly picked as meta are the XP54 for its high 36 round mag and strong close to mid-range capabilities, and the ARN220 for longer range capabilities and higher damage output, being able to keep up at close range and deal high damage as well. There are two other weapons I'd like to mention as well, being the M11 because of its ability to melt contestants at closer ranges, and having 40 bullets to its disposal, plus the quick reload time, and the V9S due to its superior damage output at close to mid ranges, and even faster reload time. Despite this, ease of use lets the two previously mentioned top picks just barely win out over these honorable mentions. Gadgets wise, the picks were simple for meta. Glitch Grenade, as it allows you to disable gadgets, shields, and players. H+ Infuser, allowing you to give your teammates a quick but sizable health boost from further away. And the Gateway, allowing you to transport your team and the cash box longer distances more easily. However, Goo Grenade can be swapped out with any of these to provide instant cover for you and your team, or to scale walls. And Vanishing Bomb works as another viable option, as it instantly gives you and your teammates invisibility for a short amount of time, allowing you to get the jump on the enemy or hide from them. Moving on to Medium. The specialization pick was Healing Beam, since it provides constant healing to your teammates. It's especially useful if you have multiple heavies on your team. For weapons, we mainly picked the FCAR due to its good range, damage, and fire rate, making it an overall great pick, even with only 25 shots in the mag. And the Repeater because of its high damage and long range capabilities. Some other top options are the AKM, just because of its decent damage output and mag size being around 34 bullets, or the Revolver for its high damage output and faster fire rate compared to the Repeater. The gadgets that are considered meta for the medium class are the Jump Pad, due to allowing you and your teammate to move faster across the map or up buildings. Goo Grenade, which is the same as the light class, though it can be combined with Jump Pad to allow it to go further. And finally, Defibrillators, as with them you can instantly bring a teammate back into the fight with half their HP. Other gadgets you could use would be Zipline to be able to span longer distances and reach rooftops quickly, as well as Data Reshaper, allowing you to turn grenades, RPGs, dome shields, APS turrets, or any other throwable object into a random arena carryable. Finally, I'll go over the heavy class. The specialization pick was between Winch Claw, which allows you to pull objects in, and is useful for moving the cash box or dragging in other contestants for an easy kill. The other was Mesh Shield, because it allows you to block incoming fire and projectiles, protecting your teammates if they're standing behind you. The weapons were between the Shack 50, which is a close-range weapon that shoots 2 bullets at once and stores 20 shots in the mag, meaning it technically has 40 bullets, and the Lewis gun, which has 47 bullets and a decent hipfire, and long-range capabilities, dealing a large amount of damage as well. Other top-heavy weapons include the SA-12, which is a shotgun that deals heavy damage at close range, being able to full auto 4 shots before having to switch the mag over to the next 4 shots, with a total of 16 bullets to spend. The flamethrower is another good pick, as it deals fire damage along with its normal damage, allowing you to deal damage to groups when they are clustered together, making defending the cash box and killing close range targets easy. The best heavy gadgets are all exclusive to their class, namely Dome Shield, which makes a 360-degree dome shield around you and your teammates for a short amount of time, the RPG, which, as you would expect, deals heavy damage when it hits its target, and the C4, which can be used to stall out the cash box by dropping it down a floor or two, or paired with RPG to instantly kill lights and mediums if executed correctly. Other options are Barricade, which allows you to put up a small wall to provide cover that can tank bullets but is weak to explosions, and Lockbolt, which can be used to keep enemies stuck in a 10-meter radius, allowing you to chase them down easy. The last section that needs to be mentioned is that we did a versus section for our team comp, just to show off what works and what doesn't. The overall winner, while close, was HML, though HMH was a close second, and barely won over when in comparison. Overall, the winners for each part will quickly be listed for the people who are watching the short form. Part 1 was overall speed to objectives, which HML won due to the gateway and lights moving faster than the other classes. Part 2 was which one has the most consistent team wipes, which was a tie across all 3. Part 3 was Cashbox defense. HMH won due to the heavy class having more overall defensive options. Part 4 was Cashbox offense. HML won due to having a light, which can help with flanking and overall picking off opponents. Part 5 is the ability to survive third parties. HMH won due to having 2 heavies which have 300 HP, and being able to back out to reset before coming back to the fight. Part 6 was the ability to bring back your team to full health, or reviving teammates. Obviously, MHM wins due to defib existing. Part 7 was the ability to stall for time when a team was stealing the cash box, which HML won in this regard due to Gateway, C4, and DMAT only existing across each class respectively. That concludes this long project, which took me way too long to make. The worst part is that the finals has weekly updates. Some of the things I've said may not be fully true. For example, as of writing the script, the Akimbo 50s are being used more due to its recent hipfire buff. As of writing this, the script is currently 45 pages long, and I can finally see the end of this pain that I've given myself. Now, if you excuse me, I'll be going to bed.
2 volt. Ah! Back to fuck. Ah! Okay. I mean, I'd be tired if I was her too, you know. All day listening to your voice. Shit. Yeah.
Oh my god, I have him blushing. He's blushing right now, guys. He's turning red. He's going from white to lobster.
There are 6 total volts that could spawn in a match. The first 2 volts. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. All right.
I go now. I go now.
Either revive you themselves, or you know, you just tell your teammates to die and wipe, and then you all spawn together. Are you serious? Are we so dead ass, bro? Why are you putting? I hope you're lying to me. Ah,
I'm gonna make the English language disappear. And when it disappears, I'm gonna call Mickey. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Mickey!" What? Bowser? Mickey, I need you to kill the person who created English, the English language. Oh boy! Easy.
And then I never heard from Mickey again. Anyways. What? You what?
As for our positions, we have bacon as our medium, heavy as our heavy. What? Oh boy. Oh boy! End test, end test, end test.
Gang.
End to end, just end the. Okay.
Begin.
Okay. If you miss the wall or the floor, don't worry, as it will allow you to use it. This is the M11 being introduced in Season 1. This compact SMG has a These are the throwing knives. To put it simple. Simple? This is the gas barrel. Like, this is the gas barrel? This is the SH-1900, better known as the double barrel. Introduced in Season 1, this gun has been one of the biggest counters to any class. As of only 2 shots, though it was quickly nerfed as it was becoming like the 93R when it was in its prime. This is the SH-1900, better known as the double barrel. Introduced in Season 1, this gun has been one of the biggest counters to any class. As with only 2 shots, you can kill all 3 classes. And in Season 1... What? And in Season 1... And in Season 3, the weapons... And in Season 3, this weapon has... What? High not meta? Fair enough. I can get behind that. It's a good over... Oh, I can't. Hold up.
Remix.
There we go. Now I can actually move stuff. Dagger. My beautiful bouncing baby boy. It's
My bad. My bad.
What do you mean you're bad?
I dissipated for a second.
Oh,
What?
I have streamer mode on, so nobody heard it.
Okay, perfect. All right. Dagger.
This is the F-Guard, a carbine rifle that deals good damage at long... Okay, I swear, if I say rifle in this one again, bro. That was first take, by the way. Really good stuff.
The Lewis gun is a drum magazine. This is the lock bolt. It's okay. To basically, it's to do basic.
So what's connecting this door handle after you burnt the glass?
The door.
The door? What?
The door is connecting the door handle to the door.
I'm dead. After all of that yapping... After all of that yapping, you'll likely either skip... Okay. Like, bro, what am I doing? Who am I? Leading into the weapon picks. The two that are mainly picked as meta are the XP54, for its high 36 round mag, and strong to mid-range capacity. What? Being able to keep up at close range and hold out high damage. as it can instantly give you and your teammates, and the repeater because of its high damage and long range capacity, and the repeater because of its high range. Other gadgets you could use would be which at close. And finally, now that I've finished this project, it is the end.